progress and see the change. Like, don't be afraid to change. I feel like with God in my life, He spared my life, and I'm able to do what I can do now for this generation and give them that wisdom and knowledge. I tell people all the time, don't pray for money, pray for wisdom. So with that wisdom, I was able to create an empire and keep it going.
Okay. Well, you spoke about wisdom, but let me looking for opportunities to scale in size. What do you think are some of the key things to consider besides the wisdom that you may not have already in business if you're a newcomer in entrepreneurship?
Well, if you're a newcomer, you got to be willing to make the sacrifices and go through the struggles and the pains. Don't let that defeat you. I tell people all the time, every loss is a lesson. It's not an L. So be able to take that and let that build your character and take your game to the next level.
Okay. And if you want to, what do you think you should consider if you want to scale in size?
If you want to what? Say it again. I couldn't hear you.
If you want to scale in size.
Yeah. You say heal inside?
Scale. If you want to scale in size, what are for businesses that are looking for opportunities to scale in size? What do you think?
Now, when you're talking about scaling in size, it's like you got to do what's best for you, and you grow as you build your business. I'll tell people all the time, start small and build. No idea is a whack idea, and some people you might have to cut off. I mean, you might have too many people. Some instances in business, you might not have enough of people, but make sure you put the right people around you.
Okay, gotcha. Now we know that you are a jack of all trades and you're a master of all of them, which is rare. Can you tell us about some of the things that are in your portfolio?
So my whole thing is, I was all about diversifying my portfolio because I realized in the music business, I'm talking about the hottest artists in the world, Kevin, Michael Jackson, Prince, or whatever, your career being super hot, you might can tour and do all these things last from 3 to 5 years. And so my thing was, in that time, I diversified my portfolio and got into other things. I'm like, you know what, I'm not just going to just do music, because when it's over, if you go to the top of the mountain, thing that happened, people want to knock you off that mountain. So you get to the top, the next step is going down. But I realized on going down, you have to create product and build your brand. And that's what I was able to do. I got into the clothing, the shoes, the toys, real estate. And you'll see in this documentary, I got into so many things, just like now. I mean, I can show you. I got the Uncle Pete rice. I got the noodles. You know, right now, people got to mask up. This is how we're going to be looking. So I'm like, you know what, with fashion, I'm going to make sure got my fashion game on, right to Mayadis. Go to Mayadis.com or official Mayadis to get the clothes. And then this is how we're going to be looking. We're going to be having masks to cover our outfits. Same thing I did back in the days where I had my own tennis shoes. I had did a deal with Converse, and now I realized how to control and own my own brand now. Mayadis stands for motivate oneself, now encourage you actively to think independently. I've always thought out the box, wanted to do something different, unique. So, you know, my customers, different, unique. I got all different type of colors and for men and women. So my mindset always been product outweighs talent. I'm gonna tell you the most important thing about product too. Jasmine, product don't talk back. Product never gonna get mad at you. Product never gonna say you took something from them. Product never gonna be mad that you made some money and they didn't make it. Because a lot of people get jealous and envy. I've never been jealous of envy of nobody. I never look out my door and say, I wish I had what that guy had, or what Puffy or Jay-Z or one of those guys. You know what? I've always been happy with what I have, and I made the best out of what I have, and that's what I want to give to this generation. When you have a business, you got to make a lot of sacrifices. Some people want to work. Some people are workers. It's different. It's a boss and it's a worker.
Right.
Most people are workers, but they want to be a boss. A boss going to make them sacrifices. They're going to be committed. And like I said, me as being a boss, I never did it for the money. I did what I loved, and the money came. So Diversify your portfolio. Product outweighs talent. I mean, if you look at it, I showed y'all the rice. That Uncle Ben and Aunt Mama products been on the shelves for 130 years.
Right.
None of us are going to be hot for 130 years. So that's why when you're hot, invest in some product.
Well,
So,
how do you know, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I wanted to ask you, how do you know, like you have a diverse products over there, how do you know what's the right product for you?
Well, you got to know what's best for you, what you like. For me, everybody going to eat rice, so I'm like, why not? When you look at noodles, we've been eating noodles. So let me tell you, our culture told me, well, P, how much sodium in it? I'm saying, well, how much sodium in ramen noodles? At least give us a chance to get on the shelves, and then we can make it even more healthier. But we got to get in. As African Americans, we have none of that shelving space in the packaged food goods. So this gonna change the game. The rice gonna change the game. So you got to do something that you like. I mean, we all buy rice. I'm gonna eat rice anyway. I go to the same place where these other companies make their rice at. Why not?
Right.
So I'm from the South. I'm from New Orleans. You know, it's all about good food. So I just put it all together, things that I do every day. Even when in the clothing, you say, how you know the right product to choose? We got to wear masks now.
Gotcha.
We have do things that, you know you're going to have to do. So I'm like, well, if I'm going to buy something anyway, why not make it to my brand and make it work? You're going to buy tennis shoes no matter what. Nike, multi-billion-dollar company. They started out their garage, and my whole thing is if they could do it, why we can't do it? So you got to trust the process. Our people might say, oh, I don't like this shoe. You know what? We're going to get better. I tell you all the time, just start small and do what you love.
Gotcha.
And have a plan, write it down. I think that's been the key to my success. And then God will bless it from there. He'll bring the right business partners. If you need business partners, you need people to finance your business, he'll bring that to you if you plan it and do the right thing.
What are some of the typical mistakes that you often see young entrepreneurs make?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think some of the typical things I see that we don't believe we could do it, and we always go run to them, and that's what you're going to see in this documentary, is just sell our soul because we just want a check. Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, once we get that check, then they send us back to where we came from, which is the hood. Mm-hmm. And I just want people to see me different. That, yeah, you see me on the streets. I didn't have a perfect life, but I've always tried to do the right thing when I got up in the morning, try to help somebody. I mean, I've been giving back in California, New Orleans, Memphis, Louisville for over 25 years. Mm-hmm. And when I wake up in the morning, I think about the next generation. How can I help the next generation? How can I help the elderly people in the community? So I just think we got to look at what we focus on and stop focusing on the wrong thing. I feel like right now, when you look at the music industry, everybody want to be better. People want to be better than me and bigger than me. I don't care nothing about that. I'm only thankful for what I have and blessed for it. So if you pass me up or whatever, that's cool. My thing is we have to pass that knowledge down to each other. So, I mean, that's what I'm on. I don't know about other people, and I'm not trying to worry about what other people are doing. Like I said, I've never been jealous or envious of nobody. I think that's why I'm keep getting these blessings that I have, and I'm able to give it to my children, and hopefully they can pass it down from generation to generation, and we able to build a generational wealth. In business, people come up and go down. You got to know when to sell. You got to understand financial literacy. You also got to know how to spend money. I think our culture don't know how to spend money. We know how to make money, but nobody's taught us how to spend money. So that's the path I'm on right now, Jack.
What's the best piece of business advice that you've ever received?
The best piece of business advice that I've ever received is be passionate and love what you do and be committed to it. Knowledge and wisdom is the most important thing in business. For a lack of knowledge, you will perish. Don't be a follower. Do what's right. Keep your word. The devil took 1/3 of the angels out of heaven. Don't go with people that's not on the right path. So, I mean, think about it. The devil was an angel. He left heaven to go because of pride. And I feel like people let pride steal their joy and their happiness. If you happy, A businessman told me once, he said, P, if you're happy, you're not worrying about what somebody else has. Angry people worry about what other people have. Unhappy people. And nobody can make you happy but you. So you take your business, you make the best out of it, and you build it and grow it. And you will be happy doing it because you're going to love what you're doing because every day you see you getting better. So yeah, stay committed and use applied knowledge. Like everybody thinks you got to go to college and no. Applied knowledge is what's going to help you having a plan and writing it down.
Okay. Are there any books that you recommend for that entrepreneurs should read or potential entrepreneurs should read?
Well, you know, to be honest with you, The Art of War is what I read because a good soldier prepared for war in time of peace. You think about you going to those boardrooms, you have to know that it's a war. And I've always took that book. And I mean, just reading the Bible, there's a lot of stories in the Bible that show you because, you know, God do want us to have wealth, but you have to work for it. You have to do something for it. He's not going to bless you unless you get out there and do something. And then you need to know everything we make is temporary. So don't get caught up in it. If you go up and down and fall off, you would get back up. Like I said, every L is a lesson. So don't be afraid to make some mistakes to get to your dreams.
Okay. Now your story has inspired millions across the globe.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about what we can expect Wednesday night.
Well, I think you could expect a story of a kid that never had nothing, never had a bed till he went to college, but never was ungrateful and was always happy. I remember my next door neighbor said, "Bright eyes, you're gonna be a star." Even though I was in the middle of poverty, I've always looked at that one lady telling me, "Bright eyes, you're gonna be a star." So I think I want people to get out there, you know, encourage the people around them. Because when you speak negative on people, and then they start speaking negative on themselves, you know, the power of words is real. You're gonna see how family come together, friends. You're gonna see the good times, the bad times, but you're gonna see how it truly is no limit when you put your trust and faith in God and you just go for your dreams and your goals. So hopefully my story inspire people that come from humble beginnings and also teach people that has a lot how to realize that it's not about money. It's about what you do on this earth while you're here. So I've been blessed, and hopefully my story open the eyes to this generation. And also to families and parents to spend time with your kids and stop worrying about what you got and be appreciative for what you do have, you know, not what you don't have.
Gotcha. Okay. My last question, and it has something to do about God because I know you're super spiritual. And it has nothing to do about business, but it has to do about God. So my last question is, if you could ask God one question and he would answer you loud and clear, what would you ask him?
I probably asked God why he took my brother so young. My brother died at 19. My goal was to live to be 19, and I'm able to surpass that now. I just, you know, would ask God why, you know, and I think a lot of people that lose people young, you know, you want the people to be with you while you're successful and see this, to be able to see this lifestyle right here. It's just, you know, it's something that really just told something out my heart, even though I understand. But that would probably be my only question to God, because I have no other question, because, I mean, God knows everything, he do everything. And that would be probably the one thing, like, you know, just wishing I could have seen my brother grow up and be a part of this with us.
Gotcha. That's an understandable question. I think all of us have that kind of question. It's been a pleasure to talk to you today. Super inspiring. And we can't wait to check out the series on Wednesday.
I appreciate it. Everybody going to be camouflaged down Wednesday, July 29th, National No Limit Soldier Day.
All right. We'll see you on Wednesday then.
Yes.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right. All right.
All right, guys. I will see you later, and I hope you have a happy Tuesday.